Yeah, so some guy who kills people, which is produced by Grim Entertainment, executive produced by John Landis, and from the director of Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus, which doesn't bode entirely well, and says in the publicity, destined to become the cult movie event of the year, which is always a way of saying it's a bit rubbish, but some people might like it. The interesting thing about this is, so it's a comedy slasher, exec produced by John Landis, and another film about angsty teens who've grown up. In fact, the central character in this one, Kevin Corrigan, could be the hate crime guy from Young Adult, who is you remember that? The guy is bullied at school and is terribly beaten up, but in Young Adult he meets other characters later on. He's kind of found his way through it. In the case of this, the lead has spent some time in an institution, now lives a Norman Bates-like existence with Karen Black, who incidentally in the publicity is referred to as Karen Black, brackets, House of a Thousand Corpses. I mean, surely Karen Black is more famous for example, Airport 75. I mean, Karen Black, incidentally, looking more like Clarence the Cross-Eyed Lion than ever before. That was always the thing about, Airport 75. The question is not whether the stewardess can land the plane. The question is whether Karen Black can land the plane, because she can see at least 2 runways. But so the story is, he works in an ice cream parlour. He has a teenage daughter who's only just discovered his existence. Meanwhile, the jocks in the village who bullied him in the town and bullied him, are being offed in a way which is eerily reminiscent of the violence of the comic strips which he draws. Here's a clip. You recognise that voice? It's Barry Bostwick. Do you know Barry Bostwick?
Who's Barry Bostwick?
Well, probably still most famous for being Brad from Rocky Horror Picture Show, pardon me. Damn It, Janet, Barry Bostwick.
Okay.
Who's actually quite a good, straight-faced, funny actor, and gets all the best lines in this, and actually makes the most fun. The funny thing about it is, I went in because once I'd seen cult movie from, Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus, you just think, in fact, it is better than that. It would be passable if it turned up on DVD. If I was doing the Sight and Sound DVD column, in which you have to wade through 30 straight-to-DVD movies a month, this would be one of the ones that you would pick out as being quite interesting. The problem is, it's got virtually no life as far as I can tell in the cinema. There's a part of it that reminds me of that weird film Super, which again would have looked fine had it gone straight to DVD. And it has the same quality that all the time you're watching it, you're thinking, it's not as bad as I thought it was, but I'm not actually sure that I like it, but it's kind of passably okay. And actually the problem is, it shouldn't be in a cinema, it should just be on DVD. But Barry Bostwick is quite funny. Right? You're getting up and you have to go off and do All Request Friday.
You can't just keep rabbiting on like this.
No, I've done a whole other movie whilst you were cleaning up.
Thank you. Album of the week is King Charles and Love Blood, which is really, really very good.
By whom?
King Charles.
Well, King Charles has released an album?
Yes. King Charles has released an album. It's called Love Blood, and is very, very
Sorry, fill
good.
me in. There is a pop singer.
I haven't got time. I'd love to, but I'm afraid there isn't time. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow. No, see you next week. See you in Sheffield.
There's a pop singer called King Charles.
Get with the groove, Daddy-O.